Hey there, you bunch of degenerates. How y'all doing tonight? My name is Misaki. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I showed my beautiful face to you all, but I hope you didn't miss me too much. So today, I thought I would do another more relaxed video and give you guys part 2 of my anime renaissance video. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can click above for the previous video I made talking about the first animes I've ever watched that I used to review in this small scroll of parchment. I didn't finish that scroll in that video, so I plan on doing that today. So without further ado, let's get to it, shall we? So the first 2 anime I would like to talk about are game isekai related. The first one you most likely know if you're a part of the anime community for a while. The other one, probably not. So let's start with what was a revolutionary anime during that time. Sword Art Online, or SAO for short. Back in the day, I had this problem called crushing on every single pretty boy in anime. And Kirito was very unfortunately not an exception to that. I mean, I'm just thankful I got out of that phase, because if I still liked Kirito after watching as much anime as I have, I would have probably have to seppuku myself. Just in case you are a small percentage of people that hasn't heard of Sword Art Online, I'll give you a very quick synopsis. It's about this game that you connect your consciousness to a machine that takes you to this fictional game called Sword Art Online. Because the creator of SAO seemed to be bored with the world, he decided to trap everyone who was in the game until they beat 100 floors of the game. Guess what? If you die in the game, you die in real life. Dun dun dun! Besides the whole dying thing, I actually really liked the concept of SAO growing up. I mean, I still do. I would kill to live in a world where we could just download our conscious minds to a computer and really live the fantasies we all dream of. But even back then, I knew that this show was full of plot holes. Or as I very nicely like to say, but not a lot of it makes sense. Also, for some reason, I wrote that it was very emotionally fucked up, which I have no idea what the heck I was talking about. But it's there, so it must mean something, I guess. But yeah, SAO kept making more and more seasons. I think I watched up until the entirety of Season 2 and never touched it again. And by Season 2, I mean that part with the girl who was terminally ill but was able to enjoy life playing the game. So I really do mean Season 2, not the Fairy Tail Online stuff. I honestly have no clue how I managed to swallow up Season 2, however, since at that point I was quite aware by the abundant amount of asspulls Kirito kept pulling that SAO was really not that good. But overall, yeah, it is a great concept, but terrible characters and execution. Every single popular anime took from the idea of being stuck or transported into another world. In the beginning, the common scenario for that was a video game isekai. A little bit before SAO came around, however, there was another anime with that concept that came out in the same year, but somehow did not acquire the same popularity. And honestly, I thought it was significantly better than Sword Art Online. I thought so then, and I think so now, even if I'm not a huge fan of it anymore. And that anime was Axo World. To give some context, it's about this kid who has an extremely unique talent in this video game called Axo World. And that talent is that he is one of the very rare people that can actually fly in the game. A lot more than that happens, of course, but my memory is a little foggy since it's been a while. I did write that I thought the story was really good, and I do still believe that. I think the game world could have used more life, however. I feel like SAO does that better, but there are plenty of other things that make this anime better than SAO. First, the main protagonist is one that, up until now, I've only seen twice, including it, and that is a protagonist who is fat. Like, goddamn. Being a chubby little butterball that I was back then, I felt so represented for once. Finally, a non-conventionally attractive character as the protagonist of a show. After the show, I have seen my fair share of other fat characters in anime, but most of the time they have some kind of skinny form. But this dude, fat from beginning to end, and I love that. It's really a show that demonstrates that it doesn't matter what you look like on the outside, it's what's on the inside that counts. I mean, the main heroine, who is the hottest girl in school, falls for the boy, and if that ain't cool, I don't know what is. Another cool thing that makes Exoworld far better than SAO is that there are fucking consequences to their actions. For example, in this game, if you die once, that's it. You get kicked out, and all of your memories in regard to the game get deleted. I fucking love that. I always thought it was such a dope idea, and we see it happen too. Also, the best friend of the MC was actually my first crush anime ever. So yeah, if you want to see an older isekai, I honestly recommend this one. Next on my list is a pretty old niche anime called Handmade May that I came across in the time that people watched anime series on YouTube. I don't remember much about it other than being about this guy that has a really cute tiny robot maid that is very human-like besides being small. It was a very geeky and technological show, and I liked how more human the maid becomes with time. So yeah, that's the concept of it. I don't think that it was anything particularly special, it was just something that I happened to pick up. So moving on. So coming up next, let's bring it up for the high school duo. What do I mean by that? Well, I'm talking about the two anime with high school in the title, of course. That being High School DxD and High School of the Dead. The prior about high school demon chicks with big personalities, and the other one about normal high schoolers fighting the zombie apocalypse, who also have big personalities. So, what do I think about both series? Honestly, I like DxD a lot more, considering it's not just rich in plot, you know? But also, low-key, it's rich in plot. Like story plot. Issei was my introduction to perverted MCs back in the day. But considering the other ones out there, he's not that bad. I mean, honestly, he's not very great, and like Kirito, he gets all the girls without even trying, but I never found him hateable, you know? He was pretty fun at times. I really like the girls too, being the small booby Q-dated cat demon my favorite. Yeah, I think I might have a thing for small boobies. Don't judge me! Flat is justice, damn it! But the obvious fun jiggly stuff aside, I really like the concept of demons being the good guys and fallen angels the bad guys in the show. It's nice to see the stereotype switch on its head. And then make for interesting plot too. I saw the first 2 seasons and then stopped watching it because I got a little bored of it, however. Mainly cause Issei didn't have much to offer after a while, and I was getting really tired of isekai tropes. But if you just want some mindless fun, I think it's definitely worth the watch. High School of the Dead, however, was an extremely overhyped show around that time that everybody and their mother wanted a second season of, but never got it. Much like No Game, No Life. Sorry if that opened the wound, by the way. One day you'll get your chance, guys, I promise. Stay positive. But yeah, overhyped. Really not that great. It's basically the Hollywood equivalent of zombie movies with babes. Sure, the babes could do badassery, but other than that, it doesn't do anything unique. I don't know if every version of it is like this, but the one I saw was so heavily censored that they censored a kiss. A fucking kiss, man. I mean, for fuck's sake. There's a limit on how much BS you can pull. I'm honestly not a fan of zombies either, but I used to like them a bit more back then. One thing positive that I can say, however, is at least they respect zombie rules and how they function, which is more than I can say for other shows and Hollywood productions, such as This Is a Zombie and My Zombie Boyfriend. To finish off, there are 2 more anime I want to talk about. One is considered one of the best to come out of anime to this day, and the other is a flaming pile of garbage. Okay, maybe not that bad, but still pretty mediocre. Since I want to leave on a positive note, I'll start with that one. Kaijo wa Maid-sama is one of the first anime that I really wasn't enjoying it, but forced myself to chug down anyways. It's a romance about this uptight school president chick that secretly works as a maid, and the hottest guy in school finds out, and that's how their relationship starts forming. And this bitch's name is Misaki. This bitch shares my name. Now let me tell you something, there are plenty of good Misakis in anime, which I'm very proud of. But this chick, it ain't it, chief. It ain't it. If you've seen the last episode, I talked about how I liked tsunderes back then. But I cannot stand this bitch for the life of me, man. She pissed me off so much. She's so uptight and annoying. Like, get that tick out of your ass, woman, you know? Besides the fun that came with having certain power over her, I really don't know why Usui, the main hot guy, saw in her. And yes, like any teen weeb, I also thought that he was hot. So maybe, part of me was pissed because I thought Usui deserved better. Whatever that means. But I stand with my feelings because the story, if you can even say there is one, also sucks ass and is extremely boring. I forced myself to watch the whole thing, but I really didn't enjoy this one. Don't watch it, guys. There are plenty of other good romance out there. Finally, last but definitely not least, I want to talk about one of anime's best works, Death Note. God, I loved this shit when I was a kid, and I still do today. Originally, I remember not wanting to watch the show for whatever stupid petty reason, but I had a crush at that time that managed to convince me, and it was definitely one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. It's one of the most perfectly balanced, intelligent anime that I've ever seen. What do I mean by that? Well, there are a lot of anime out there that try to be really intelligent and fancy, like detective shows and psychological thrillers, but just fail to be captivating because it's so easy to get lost in and not really know what's going on. Death Note is not like that. Everything that's happening is crystal clear from beginning to end, and it does that while also being extremely smart. Everything the main characters do is coldly calculated, especially by the protagonist Light Yagami, which is one of the most interesting ones I've ever seen. Not to mention his rival L, who, let me tell you, has one of the best fucking anime themes in the history of anime. If you've never heard it before, it's playing right now actually. I swear, man, every time I hear this theme, I always feel like my IQ rises at least a little bit. But it's not the only good track in this anime. All the music is phenomenal, and the atmosphere it gives, with all of its mysterious dark tones, it's absolutely astonishing. If I had to give a couple of critiques to Death Note, however, it would be that the female lead, Misa, is really lacking. She's really annoying and overall not a very good character. She serves the plot well, of course, but that's really about it. Also, I'm not a fan of a certain death that happens in the show. I feel like this character shouldn't have died, and so there's no confusion, and I can also do this without spoiling. I mean the one that died in episode 25. If you know, you know. If you don't Google it. But overall, please watch this anime if you haven't already. I love it so much. It's so addicting and enjoyable to watch. Even if you don't watch anime, this is one that anyone could check out and enjoy. I had a classmate in high school who didn't know anything about anime, but I recommended this one to him and he loved it. and now he's actually studying to become a detective. So if that's not enough to prove that it's really something else, I don't know what will. With that being said, my anime scroll is complete, and I have finished talking about the anime that got me into the genre. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have you watched any of these anime? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read them frequently and reply whenever I get the chance. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, hit that bell if you want to be notified of new uploads. If you want to see more of me, follow me on Twitter. Link is in the description. Also, I have a huge announcement. I actually made a Discord group for both me and my sister's content. So if you would like to check that out, please hit the link in the description. I would really love to build a community with you guys. I want to be able to talk to the people that watch my videos and give you guys a voice as well. So I would love to see you there. With all of that being said, I hope you have a wonderful evening. See you later, cousins. TTFN.